Welcome to Women Today, the show created by women for women on issues that are important to us. I'm your host, Liz Toll, and I am joined, as always, by my good friends and co-hosts, Debbie Shandrick and Lonnie Poli. Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
Very nice to see you back. We missed you.
I missed you guys, too.
We carried on.
I know.
We hung in there. Did you
did
watch
great.
us?
I didn't get to see it
Oh,
yet, but, but I'm sure it was, he said it was great. He
But you know
tapes
what?
it
You
for
can,
me.
and you can watch it online, so that's
Yeah.
always good as well. Well, we're glad to have you back.
Oh, thank you. Good to be back.
We've got a very energetic lady on with us today. We have Ms. Fabergé from Fabergé Follies, and she's going to talk about beauty and grace and freedom through dance for adults.
That's exciting.
I can't dance,
Either.
but maybe she can tell me if I can learn. I don't know if it's too late, or
I don't think
if I
so.
could.
Too late.
It's never too late.
No, never too late.
She has
So
an
you're
adult
going to go
class.
dancing lessons with
I
me?
will.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Oh, that sounds
I
good.
used to take ballet. I
Did
would
you
definitely.
really?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm flexible or graceful enough.
I'm
but
not
we're gonna
anymore,
find
but we're
out.
gonna learn.
But we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn when we come back after the break. Ms. Fabergé is here with us. We're gonna talk about beauty and grace through dance. Later on in the show, we'll be cooking with Kathy. We'll take time to pause with Virginia Jane. We'll find out who won that gift certificate from last week from Nancy's Fresh Cut Market. And of course, we've got more great giveaways today. That's all coming up. You want to stay right here with Women Today. We're back after the break.
Women Today is produced in cooperation with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance.
Welcome back to Women Today. Our theme today is beauty and grace and freedom through dance, and who better to help us get on that journey than Ms. Fabergé from Fabergé Follies. Welcome to Women Today.
I'm very happy to be here, and hello, ladies.
How are you?
I am great.
You've got some really great advice for us today on how we can use dance to help us find freedom and beauty and peace, maybe even in our lives.
Absolutely. Dance in general is great, but ballet more specifically is the best. And I think it's because ballet gives women the permission, we give ourselves the permission to stand up really tall and beautifully. And we're always so busy running around with our daily lives and our real lives and our obligations, and we forget to lift up and always be wonderful and feel wonderful. And there's nothing better than ballet to reinforce and teach that.
At what age is the best time to start ballet?
Ballet, you'll hear people say a 3-year-old is taking ballet, but that would be more a pre-ballet. Ballet is very disciplined, and I think 6 years old is plenty early for a true ballet class. But of course, not to discourage anyone from taking a 3-year-old to class, but that would be more of a pre-ballet, a creative dance. And you can ballet dance all ages until you're 88 or 98.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We will.
Years ago, I had taken ballet. I loved it. I had the best legs then.
Absolutely.
They're gone. But does it also help for your core? And it's a
Ballet is an example of, it's built on the feminine, soft ideal. And your upper body, the port de bras, is all beautiful and soft, but it's built upon a core of steel. And that's another reason that I think it's a good example for how we should even live our lives. Beautiful and soft on that outside, but strong as steel inside.
Very nice analogy. Very nice analogy. Now, you were mentioning to Lonnie as far as how young someone could start. Is it possible to learn to dance later on as an adult? Can you start as an adult?
Absolutely. I'm a fundamentalist. I dance because I love dance. I think dance is intrinsic to human beings, and you can dance at any age. Are you going to be a professional ballerina if you start dancing at 40? No.
Probably not.
But it's really not about that. It's about finding that wonderfulness and that nice space inside of you where you connect to music and movement, and that that can be and should be at any age at all.
And that makes you feel good about yourself too.
Absolutely.
Really good.
I feel that the dance brings a projection of power. You feel good about yourself, mostly in that posture, lifting up, you breathe better. And when you're standing up and lifted, it's pretty hard to be grouchy.
Now, do you teach adults differently than you would teach children?
Well, you teach adults and children the same thing, but adults, due to their maturity, their mental maturity, are able to hold more thoughts in their head at one time. Point your toe, stretch your leg, curve your arm, lift your chest, drop your shoulders, and at the same time, smile.
I'm tired already.
But children, on the
so
other
easy.
hand, have a more pliable body. So they can accomplish things physically more quickly. But the subject matter is the same, and I love teaching both.
Now you do shows as well
Yes.
in your dance studio.
Yes.
Now, when you decide to do a show, how do you choose what production you're going to do?
It could be based on many things. It could be based on what the call is for. For instance, the other day, I had 3 beautiful young girls be hostesses for a Chamber of Commerce mixer.
Stunning.
So that grew out of the job. Or, for instance, this year is our 25th anniversary, our silver anniversary.
That's remarkable.
Yes, so some of the numbers in the show are going to be silver oriented, but it could also be based on what talent you're dealing with. If you're dealing with 5 5-year-olds, 3 10-year-olds, and 1 15-year-old, that's going to dictate a different show than if you have 10 14-year-olds. If it's a telethon, we'll try to do something relevant to the situation. If we go to nursing homes, I like to use music that the elderly will love.
Oh, nice.
I was just telling her when my mother was in the nursing home, her group came at Christmas time and did
Really?
a show.
Oh, how
And it
nice.
was really great.
And one other of my production tricks is to always have a cross-section of music, because there are people in the audience, all different people like all different music. Someone loves country western, someone loves big band, someone loves lyrical. So you want to try to have a cross-section of music.
And how about, you hear a lot today about children performing. How do you know what is right for your child as far as how often they should be practicing, and how often, if someone comes to you and they bring their child to you to begin dance, will you give them then a guideline
Yes.
for practice and lessons that'll keep them, because I imagine that must be important to you as well, is the balance with the
Absolutely.
schoolwork and the
Because you want
dance
them to be
and all that.
successful.
Yes, the method I use is we build. You start with once a week. And then if the child is interested, add a second class. If the child is interested, go to a competition. Build it one step at a time, because you want to think long range. Not short, burned out, long range. So that's very important. As far as the practicing, when they're 3, 4, 5, not necessarily. However, you want to build a culture of practice and responsibility. Parents are paying for the lessons. You have a responsibility to follow up at home. For the little ones, it might be as simple as listen to your music. And I'll always say, get a method. Your method could be twice a week to practice 5 cartwheels twice a week. Another person might be once a week. Every Sunday we'll practice. But get a method, get a system, and stick with it. Discipline.
I was going to say, it's all about that
Discipline.
discipline. And we're talking a lot about women here, and we have about a minute or so left. But gentlemen, boys, they also can dance.
Oh, yes.
And you have young men and gentlemen in your classes as well.
Yes. For the boys' club is taking off. because our culture is beginning to allow this, probably based on what we see on TV.
Right.
So the boys are starting to come in, they're loving it. They start with the gymnastics. Then when they get in the building, they start to see all of the cool things that are happening. And they start to add elements one at a time. So I'm having a lot of fun with the boys.
Well, that's
that's great.
excellent, and I
Yes.
think expression is important at any age, and I think for any gender, and I think that's great, and I think it's a wonderful outlet. And as far as students that have gone on in the last few seconds we have here, have you ever actually had students that have gone on and have made a career out of dance?
I have not had anyone make a career out of dance. I can't say I'd recommend it.
Really?
Right. But what I do recommend, and this is very important, I say this all the time, keep dance in your life. Keep glamour in your life. Keep exercise in your life. It might just be that you take a class in college. It might be that you teach one class. Something to keep this in your world because it's a nice part of life. It softens our world a little bit.
And it's a place you can always go for
Yes.
you. So even
Yes.
if it's just for you,
Absolutely.
that's okay.
And it's all about for you.
Well, thank you very much
thank
for
you.
being
You're
here.
welcome.
And if anyone would like to contact you about classes, we'll have your information up.
Yes.
And we'll also have it on our Facebook page.
Perfect.
So we very much appreciate you being here with us today. And before you go, we have some beautiful tie-dyed roses for you from
Wow.
Smilax Florist.
Thank you.
Bart gives them to all of our guests each week, so those will be for you to take with you today.
Thank you.
And we thank you for being on this show.
My pleasure. It was a lot of fun. Thanks,
Thank you.
ladies.
You're watching Women Today. When we come back after the break, it's time to cook with Kathy. Later on, we'll tell you who won that gift certificate, and we'll tell you who our Businesswoman of the Week is. It's all coming up on Women Today. Stay with us. Welcome back to Women Today. It's time now for Cooking with Kathy, brought to you by Fritz Singer Senior Living Community in Drums. They're our sponsor. We are very glad to have them as such, and we are very glad to have you here, Ms. Kathy Cucci.
It's always a pleasure.
And you know I'm going there. We're going right there. And this, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, take heart. If you've ever had a kitchen kind of malfunction event, even the pros, we were talking about cooking meat and doneness, and you had a little adventure when you left the set last week.
I did. We were slow cooking our roast beef in the oven, and I had used an oven that I wasn't used to, so I put the roast beef in and I said, you know, let me just check on this before I go home to make sure that it's slow roasting the way that I would like to have it slow
Love
roast. So I get there to the bakery and deli, and all of our alarms are going off, and I thought, oh my gosh, what happened? Our oven was not calibrated properly, so there was smoke everywhere. Thank God it was not fire, but it was
It's only funny
smoke.
because nobody was hurt.
That's right, and I have to give a shout out to our police and fire. God bless you guys.
They're good guys.
Yeah, they came running and they put fans in our building, and the smoke went out, and that was fine.
And it had a happy ending because she had another roast, and she did actually make those wonderful sandwiches she was talking about, because I had one the next day. So luckily we still got to have what she was talking about.
But it gave me an idea for what I can talk about. And
Super.
one of the things is making sure that your oven is calibrated. I'm sure that you ladies have had a batch of cookies that maybe didn't bake properly. It's because you followed the recipe properly, but your oven wasn't calibrated.
Right.
Okay, so the way that you can calibrate your oven is get an inexpensive thermometer, and it's an oven gauge. You can put it into your oven and check your temperature by, say, you're going to turn it to 350, check the gauge, and if it's not 350, you can adjust your recipes following how your oven is running, either hot or cold.
I never knew that ovens could run either. I thought it was just I was running late every time
No.
those cookies burned.
You know what I noticed? The back of my oven is hotter than the front. Does that make sense?
It
My
does.
bread will burn in the back.
Maybe the elements the elements are hotter back there. You know, maybe you should get that checked.
Okay.
So you've got some
We're running out
props
of
today.
time. Oh yeah, I am.
How would you use those?
These are temperatures, thermometers that you would stick into meat to check the proper
Okay.
temperatures. Like beef and lamb is 145, poultry is 180. ground meat is $1.75. And the way that you would calibrate your thermometer is by putting your thermometer in ice water. Okay, ice is 32 degrees. And if it isn't calibrated properly, it doesn't reach 32 degrees, there's a little nut on the bottom of it, and you would use a little wrench and you would twist it to the 32 degree mark, and then your thermometer then is calibrated. And that's how you calibrate it. That's how you calibrate it. And you want to make sure that your meat is cooked properly, especially your poultry. That's very important. Ground meat, again, very important. So I just thought I'd talk about calibration this week.
Wow.
Okay.
We all have to go home now and calibrate our ovens. Do you know what's pathetic is Dave in his oven has a little thermometer thing. I really never knew why it was in there, but now I know.
That stays in the oven. It does not stay in the oven.
No.
You put it in when you think your meat is done.
Well, this you put into the roast. You take the roast out, you let it rest. The oven gauge thermometer goes into the oven, and it's very inexpensive. It's like a $5 product. Yeah,
and it stays there. I never really knew what it was. I didn't want to ask, so now
That's
I
what
know.
Dave does not burn his cookies.
He doesn't burn anything. Actually, he's very good in the kitchen. That's a good thing. But Kathy, thank you.
Great
Now,
topic. Great
every-
story.
Thank you.
And we still have other Oktoberfest food
We do.
at Carmen's.
Yes, roast beef that's not burnt now.
We're not going to burn it tonight. All right, Kathy, thank you so much for being here.
thank
We'll
you.
see you. We're going to see you next time. When we come back after the break, it is time to pause with Virginia Jane and Dr. Kathleen Benyo, brought to you by Kathleen's Collectibles and Drum, and that's coming back after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Women Today, and it is time now to pause with Virginia Jane and Dr. Kathleen Benyo. Welcome back to the show. It's so nice to see you both.
Thank you so much. We're happy to be here. Virginia's a little bit tired today.
Has she been exercising, dancing?
Well, she doesn't dance, but she loves to go for walks. However, when she goes for walks,
She gave you a look like, don't tell on me.
I know, but it can be the driest day in the world, Liz, not a drop of rain, and she will find the mud puddle, and
Oh,
she
my.
will get into it and immerse herself in it. And what a mess when you get her home. But she doesn't care. She's had a great time.
But it's exercise.
That's her favorite exercise. Her second favorite exercise is chasing a ball, especially if you throw it into the water. She loves to swim. She jumps off our diving board. We have a little dock and diving board into our lake, and she will jump off the diving board
Really?
and go in after the balls and bring them back and then hide them.
Now, she has siblings. Will she exercise with her siblings?
Oh, yes, absolutely. She loves going with Charlie Joe and Crystal Gypsy, but they're not as well behaved as she is. She knows her place even when we go for walks. They're still a little bad when it comes to that. But you know, it's important. We were talking earlier, if you live out in the country, your dogs aren't used to traffic. And if you take your dog somewhere where there is traffic, you should always have them on a leash or on some kind of a lead. Just because they're able to be without it at home, don't automatically assume they can be without it everywhere, because that can be very dangerous for your dog. We don't want anything to happen to our dogs.
No. A lot of distractions that you might not see in the country.
That's
Different
right.
distractions.
Different distractions,
That's very
exactly.
good advice. So it's important for us to exercise our pets, just like it's important for us to exercise ourselves, but we have to do so safely.
Absolutely.
Well, Kathleen and Virginia Jane, thank you for that tip for this week, and we will look very much forward to seeing you both next time.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks for joining us, and when we come back to Women Today, it's giveaway time. You're going to find out who won that $25 gift certificate to Nancy's Fresh Cut Market, and we've got some beautiful bling from Sophie's in St. Clair. That's coming up. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
AM 19 delivers Wi-Fi traffic for the busy woman today. Call Angela for all your dry cleaning needs. Free pickup and delivery, competitive pricing, fast, friendly service. Why struggle? AM 19 delivers is the official dry cleaning service of Women Today.
Welcome back to Women Today, and it's Ms. Chandrick's favorite time of this show. It's giveaway time. Do you remember what we had last week?
$25 gift certificate to Nancy's Fresh Cut Market.
And who's going?
Mark Reinhardt.
Mark Reinhardt's
Yes,
going. How
he's
about
going.
that?
A great
You'll
musician
enjoy that.
and
Oh
a
my
great
God,
guy.
isn't he a great guy? Yes.
And he liked us on Facebook,
He did,
right?
yes.
So,
And it's-
excellent. Well, congratulations to Mark Reinhardt. You are going to Nancy's Fresh Cut Market
Down in hometown.
down in hometown,
Yes.
and she was a wonderful guest. A lot of good information there.
She did, yes.
This week, what are we giving away?
Today, we're giving away a past, present, and future necklace from
Beautiful.
Sophie's Jeweler in Schuylkill County.
Stunning.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. What do they have to do to win it?
Like us on Facebook, call us, email us.
It could be yours. It could absolutely be yours. You know what you need to do. Ms. Lonnie, our Businesswoman of the Week is brought to you by Felons, both in here in Hazleton and in the Valley, and also by Robert Stevens, Face and Body. Thank you for that. As you know, we try to celebrate a magnificent businesswoman each week. We got a good one this
We
week.
do. Actually, she's a beautiful woman.
Inside and out.
And a very talented and an excellent businesswoman. And this week's winner is Barbara Calabrese.
Stunning.
She is CFO and owner of Intrepid Detective Agency. And a little bit about Barbara, very talented. She has 18 years experience in police security work, 20 years of experience in management, operations, marketing, and public relations, a Bachelor of Science degree in Administration of Justice, Penn State University, PA Act 235 certified, licensed private detective, a member of the American Society of Industrial Security, a member of the Northeastern PA Police Chiefs Association, and National Police Chiefs Association. So very well qualified, very talented.
Very
and
talented and
Great lady.
drop dead gorgeous, inside and out,
Yes.
beautiful human being, does
Absolutely.
so much in the community. A lot of people don't know that. She along with Sir own Intrepid Detective Agency, but what people might not realize is she gives to almost
Every
everything.
charity.
Everything. She just helped us out big time with our cops event. I know she does things with the chamber. I know she does
Helping Hands.
all kinds of things. So beautiful, beautiful lady, inside and out.
Very deserving.
Very deserving. So Barb, congratulations. You'll be getting this beautiful letter opener from
Barb,
Felons.
this is not a weapon.
It's not a weapon, although I'll bet you she would know how to use it as
She would
one.
know how to use
She's
it.
a tough chick, but a gorgeous woman and a wonderful lady. And we're thrilled to acknowledge her and recognize her. It's well deserved, Lonnie. That's stunning. We're almost out of time. Next week, we are going to have Tom Pilla from Keystone Kitchen and Bath, and he's going to tell us how we can get our kitchens and our bathrooms all spruced up
For the holidays.
for the holidays. You don't have to spend a bucket load of money. You're not going to have a lot of money because you're going to be starting to think about Christmas shopping already. But he's going to tell you how you can get the nice spaces in your home ready for all that holiday company. So you don't want to miss that.
It's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a great show.
Yes.
It's been a great show today. Thank you so much for you two for being here. Very nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and we'll have you back again next week on Women Today. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.